Alright, what's going on, everybody? This is Guy Johnny. I'm live and wanted to talk about the top five things that women want. Alright, now the way I'm going to explain this is from a masculine energy to female energy standpoint, which means that I'm not going to be just saying money, status, because masculine energy and feminine energy had a relationship together before money was created or before any specific status, was created as a cool thing. Masculine and feminine energy doesn't care about, it takes place from the plants to the dogs to the humans. So I'm really speaking from an energy standpoint more so than a Birkin bag or something like that. You know what I mean? Or something physical, or money and wealth and things. But we're gonna touch on that, okay? So I'm giving you the top five things that women want, okay, from the masculine, from a man, from masculine energy, from a man, from what do you call it? The men in the environment, whatever. All right. Okay, so the first thing, and this is in no particular order, but the first thing that they want is masculine energy. And I know I said I'm speaking, so I know it's vague. I'm starting off and I'm saying that the woman want from the masculine energy is masculine energy. But listen, masculine energy in relation to the feminine means she wants to feel your masculine energy. And what does that mean? That means first, it's as subtle as this. Do you sound like you have a squeaky voice? Or do you sound like you have a regular or a deep, smooth voice where you can communicate with her in a way where she can be comfortable as if you're a guy? It doesn't have to be, you don't have to talk like Shaft or anything like that. You just have to sound like a guy, right? Do you sound like a girl or a guy? Like, and that is, as you can see, a child has more of a squeaky voice, and then as he matures into manhood, he begins to have his voice deepens. What that then distinguishes him more from a girl. So what you'll notice is the further down the path you go of masculine energy, the more opposite you'll look from a girl. You'll look nothing like a girl. You'll sound nothing like her. It's you'll be completely different, and that's what she wants. The feminine wants to see her opposite. So if she's soft, if she has a lighter voice, if she's looking pretty and paying attention to makeup, the masculine energy is going to be more so not focused on makeup and looking cute. It's going to be more so like, hey, what's going on? Not trying to come off, nice and proper. The masculine is going to be free, very expressive, versus being quiet and quaint. The masculine is going to be more assertive, more pushy and forceful in the environment, whereas the feminine is going to be more reserved. Okay? So a woman desires to feel that in a man, and it doesn't matter whether this man is homeless or whether, I'm not going to say homeless. I'll say it doesn't matter if this guy is your everyday guy that or a guy that's not making a lot of money versus a guy that's a millionaire. Regardless, she's going to want to feel masculine energy. Okay, so this is something that no man, regardless of what you have, can get away from. Now, I know guys might say, well, Prince got all the girls in the 80s, or, Drake. Look at guys that are more feminine, and they come off more soft, and women be loving these dudes, but you got to understand, these dudes still have a masculine side that they demonstrate. So we never said to be imbalanced, but what we said is you have to have those moments where you let her feel that masculine energy. And there's no way around that, okay? So think about it. If you're around a girl and every time she texts you, you're speaking nice and friendly, this goes right back to the friend zone. The friend zone is what happens when a guy doesn't really give off a lot of masculine energy to the girl, but he's a good communicator. He's comforting. He has, he's around. So then you get friend zoned because guess what? You basically was a guy that was demonstrating feminine energy, too much feminine energy. So she just friend zoned you. But see, she can't feel attraction to you or want you unless she feels that masculine energy because that creates the separation, which also can be viewed as polarity. That's what creates the polarity between the two of you. And there's times where just like me being masculine and really comfortable in my masculine and approaching women, it didn't matter what I was wearing. It didn't matter about my status. It didn't matter about those things. Just off the masculine energy alone, she'd be attracted to me, and I'd be able to get, that number or communicate with her and talk and hang out because she just likes the feeling of that masculine energy. It's like, man, okay, this is something that I created like I put in over. I'm gonna do a video on this soon about how discomfort, you know what I mean, is something that you have to be comfortable with because there's times where by just me being in my masculine, you might create some discomfort in the moment saying, hey, what's your name? But then it also ends up generating attraction once she gets past that. Because you triggered her like a predator-prey type of thing, which made her feel like the prey, which didn't made her feel more like the feminine. You gotta realize, like, predator and prey, masculine and feminine. It's a duality that play together. And it's a natural thing that happens. But women like to be the prey in this particular situation. Not like a line where you're going to eat her and bite her leg off or nothing. We're talking about where you're just being a pursuer. It keeps her on her guard, and she likes to be on her guard because guess what? It makes her feel more feminine energy. And now that's how you work it. So it's like a veil between every man and woman who don't know each other. It's this veil of potential of what can happen. And if if you play with that energy, what you'll find is it's that veil where all the attraction exists. In that mystery between the two of you, and you shining the light on that. Like, hey, look, you're hot. I'm an attractive dude. At least I think I am. I think I'm attractive enough to talk to you. So, hey, what's your name? And she's like, oh, well, my name is whatever. And she's feeling something. All right. So, boom, y'all. Number one is masculine energy. In terms of the what do you call it? The 5 top things women want. And whether this dude doesn't make a lot of money or have a lot of status, or whether this dude makes a lot of money and has a lot of status, a sense of humor is very important. Now, I understand there's some guy. I understand the power of having an archetype that is very straight edge. I think women are very attracted to a man that's very masculine, very straight edge, very much of a thinker, or somebody who is very rational and focused. That is a powerful thing because when you're too playful, right, you can be looked at as a joke or not serious. But even those guys have to have some form of a sense of humor. Because if they don't, eventually it's going to be dry. It's going to just be too dry. What a sense of humor is so powerful when it comes to comfort. And comfort is a very important process when it comes to women being with a man. Already we know that, she doesn't want her life to be in danger around a guy. Guys could potentially present a threat in terms of their physicality. So that's something to keep in mind. But also, she's genetically wired from back in the caveman days to have to know that a man was that a man was safe in order to continue to allow the attraction to occur. Because if she doesn't feel safety, it's going to cut off the attraction because she's going to fall back in the fight or flight. So comfort is extremely important, right? And also, a woman, you can, if you want to have a woman where she's comfortable with you and eventually get to sex and intimacy, she has to be comfortable as well. So you cannot get to intimacy if she's not comfortable, right? That's how you come off as a creep. Well, humor is maybe the most powerful tool to create comfort because when you create laughter in the environment, it triggers these responses in her genetics where she has to let her guard off, where her feelings, you literally almost on a certain level controlling her biology. and putting happy feelings into her biology just through your communication. And so it creates an effect where if she's around one guy, they might be arguing or it might be boring. But when she's around you, she's laughing and having fun and is playful. So when she's by herself, she can be like, well, whenever I'm with him, that was fun, so let me hit him up again. Or if you hit her up again, she can be like, all right, let's hang out. But even more so than that, I just think humor is a great tool for easing a girl into comfort. And if you don't have any humor, you'll find yourself having a tough time with women because guess what? Girls wanna have fun. Girls, right? So they wanna have fun, right? So fun is the first word, and if you add an NY after that, you get the word funny, right? Funny is like the expression that describes fun being used. I guess an adjective or something like that. One of those things. So funny means that if you're funny, that means that fun is a part of the experience that you have with her. And if you're fun, then that's something she's going to want to be around. So I feel as though 9 out of 10 girls would say, yeah, I would like a guy with a good sense of humor. And from what I've seen, it's been very successful for me and for all the other people I've seen in the game who work with women. I mean, women love humor. It's a beautiful tool. And it's something that the masculine naturally brings to the feminine. So you notice women like to have guy friends a lot of the time just because the guys are really funny compared to her girlfriends. And her girlfriends have fun in their own jokes, but guys bring a different sense of humor. And it livens up the place, and women love that. So that's number 2, guys. Now, number 3 is a big one, and this is the one where we can put status and everything all in it together because I'm going to just call it value. Value. Now, value is vague, but value means you have to have something that you can say about yourself that makes yourself seem as though you should be at the table with her. You know what I mean? Some people might say, well, just my presence is good enough. But that's not cool because even for a woman, I wouldn't look at it like that. Like, I'm not just bringing any woman with me just because of her presence. There was something that she had of value that enticed me to want to be at a table with her. So I want to have that equal exchange that I can give back, because like attracts like. So guys got to understand value, though. The beautiful thing about value is it doesn't have to be one thing. So it isn't like, yo, all the girls are fucking with doctors. All the girls like doctors. It doesn't have to be like that. You know what I mean? Or all the girls are only talking to guys that are making directors, for example. Only guys that are directors. No. See, the beautiful thing is women talk to all kinds of different guys who have value. So we're talking about, it could be a doctor, it could be a director, it could be a guy that owns a Fortune 500 company, it could be an athlete, it could be so many different people. But see, the key is how do you package your value? Okay, and that's where it's important because every woman values something different. And whatever you have of value, there's a crop of women out there that really value that. See, and you have to understand that. That's why you have to package it, meaning there's a guy that might have so much value, but because he doesn't know what his value is, he might talk to a girl and she might say, yeah, so what do you do for a living, or what do you do, that you're passionate about? And he might say, well, I like to play video games and I like to, hang out with friends. And she might be like, okay, that's cool. The whole time, this guy never told her, oh yeah, and also I have a business that's super successful. But that's not really, he might say, oh, that's not really a passion of mine. I just want, or that's not my job necessarily. That's just something but no, bro. This is where we got to start. You have to deliberately understand when it comes to values, you got to let her know the valuable things that stand out. Now, there might be a girl that says, well, I like that he likes to stay home and I'll value that. But you want to look at what women want. So when we talk about what the feminine wants, she wants value that has some kind of passion or a story behind it, or something that you care about. You know what I mean? honestly, if all somebody has to do to share their value is just talk about something they care about. What is it that you're about? What do you care about? What are you doing on the planet? Package that up, and there's levels to it. There's levels to it because it isn't just telling people what you do, right? Now this is where the art comes in. How can you make this and describe this in a way where it sounds like a delicious meal or fruit or something? How can your life come together in a way where your value is great? Like, hey, what do you do? You can say, well, I make music and I do this. Or you can say, what do you do? Well, I happen to, um, I'm living my dreams right now. I'm working on one of the biggest projects I've ever released before. It's a EP that I'm creating, or it's a movie that I'm putting together as a director. It could be a mini movie, but you're describing it as it's a movie that's going to really hopefully catapult a lot of things that I'm currently working on. I have guys that are invested in what I'm doing, and we're just trying to really build that up. So that's something I've been really focused on, and it's something that I'm excited about. Now that sounds more interesting and enticing, right? So a woman can be like, all right, cool, you know what I mean? And every guy can present this different, but value is simply the thing that you're passionate about, the thing that gives you that integrity, like the thing that gives you inner power. You know what I mean? And then the key is to find the girls that want that, right? And that's where you can package it up to where it's a lifestyle. And that's what we're going to talk about. Definitely make sure to join the Patreon. How can you make this a lifestyle? You know what I mean? And that's big. I'm really big on that because you don't want to just be somebody, with a life that's scattered. A woman, you want to have a central theme of where your value comes from. Some people might say, I'm a lawyer. I do this. I do that. You have to treat it like a pitch, like a business pitch. Because when it comes to relationship and business are very similar, but they're different in a little bit of ways. But they're very similar in the sense of getting women is just like leads, and you're getting leads coming in, and some of them might not like the price, some of them might like the price, and the ones that like the price are going to book. The ones that don't like the price aren't going to book, right? But the reality is that the more leads you have, the more opportunities you have to make things happen. You know what I mean? And I feel as though the more that you can sell your business, the more that your business has features about it that stands out amongst the other businesses, that means the customers that are 50-50 are going to be more apt to go with you because you have XYZ over the next person, or you have your own story. So use a business as an example and brand your lifestyle similar to how a company would brand themselves. That means what's your About Me page? You know what I mean? What is the things that you've done for for your customers? What are the qualities you provide? What are the things that you're offering? You definitely want to understand that. And if you understand that and really know that, it makes dating a million times easier because once you explain these things to women about how beautiful your lifestyle is, you're gonna be lighting up a bunch of different things, and then they're gonna say, okay, this dude, he got a story, like there's something about him. That's number 3. All right. So now number 4. This one's very important, guys. Excuse me, I had to drink some water, but it's very important. And this one is direction. Now, direction. This is very key. No matter whether you have not a lot of money or whether you have $1 million, you have to have direction. You have to know how to direct the feminine. She wants to know that you can lead, not in a way where you're dominant and controlling, but in a way where it's like you're driving the car and she's in the passenger side. And she can comfortably lay down or sleep or do whatever, knowing that you're driving the car and you're not going to crash. You're not going to do nothing stupid. You're not driving crazy and about to have the cops pull you over, And also, she needs to know that when it's time for you to stand up and be like, nah, this is what we're going to do. Or, nah, I didn't really like how you did that. We got to be on the same page. You want to rule your environment, and you want to have her in your life in a way where, you know, you're like a king and you're ruling your world and she's the queen, but she knows that you got a very powerful say and honestly the final say. And it's a matter of whether she's going to ride. But she also has to know that you are highly taking into consideration what she's saying, and that you highly value her perspective. And that's how a king queen relationship is. The king, if he's a powerful king, he's going to have a powerful queen that is very smart and sharp, and that's going to let him know things that he can't see. We all have blind spots. You want the feminine. The feminine wants to feel as though she can trust you, but that when she notices something you can't see, you're going to take into account what she's saying. So it's a balance. A woman will test you. She will throw fits at times. She will be moody. She will have emotional swings. That's where you need to know where to direct things and where to, times you might have to put your foot down or even guide her to feeling better about her own situation. And you can't do that without being able to guide yourself. So this really connects with leadership, right? But even if you aren't like Malcolm X, right? You don't have to lead a nation. If you can at least just lead you in your life and lead her in the right spaces and direct her in the right spaces and show that ability to lead. Like, oh no, baby girl, I got you. You can follow me here. Or, you know what I mean? She might need something. Oh yeah, here's how you handle that. Also, this is in your communication. Women love older men. Women love guys that are seasoned. Why? Because look at the kind of communications these guys have. When she's with them, they're talking about trips they might have had. They're talking about things they're doing, boss moves potentially, things they've seen in life. So she's starting to get a lot of knowledge, which makes her feel like, okay, he can give me direction. After I leave a conversation with him, I feel more worldly. I feel like I have more knowledge or more insights that I didn't have before. So this is what she desires from the masculine naturally. And if you demonstrate that, you're definitely giving her what she wants as the feminine. All right. Now we're at number 5. And number 5, my friends, is comfort. I mentioned comfort earlier with the humor, but comfort. Now I separate this from humor because comfort isn't just about humor. Comfort begins with how you feel within yourself. And let me give you an example. I remember when I used to go out gaming earlier, like in my 20s. I remember I used to try this one thing where I would feel really good and relaxed and fun and very friendly, right? Where I didn't want nothing from a girl, where I was just the friend. Where I was just the friend, right? And so what I would do is I walk up and I'd be like, versus being like, oh, hey, what are you guys' name? Hey, all that energy. I'd have chill energy and I'd be like, my energy would be, I'd purposely bring my energy so far down to where it was like, and I'd be like, hey, what's going on? And just by doing that sometimes, like, hey, what's going on? She'd be like, hey, what's up? Because we're just sitting in this energy. It's not all this energy coming out of me is honed in. So she can't really read anything. It's like you're just chilling. And I'd just be like, hey, what's going on? She'd be like, hey, what's up? And I'd be like, yeah, I'm just relaxing, man. I just came here actually by myself, like, to hang out. My friends were supposed to come out. They ended up ditching, or, not wanting to show up. So I'm just chilling. What are you up to? You with some friends? And she might be like, yeah. And I'd be like, cool. That's what's up. Y'all having a good time? Yeah, this is your friend. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm just relaxing, man. I'm just chilling. I'm probably going to grab a drink and just see what's going on, um, you know. And I would just come off like that. And then they'd be like, oh, okay, cool, yeah. Next thing I know, I'd be chilling. They'd want me to be, like, basically hanging out with them. And next thing I know, I'd be the guy. I'd always be with beautiful women end of the night. And they would be with me telling other guys, no, this is my boyfriend. I'm okay. Just because I came in as the friend. I came in relaxed. I came in comfortable. So you got to realize you create the comfort first. And once you create the comfort, she can sit in the comfort with you. But if you're uncomfortable, she's going to feel that. So this is a very important thing for you guys when you're going out approaching. You got to make sure to hone in the energy and be very comfortable and relaxed. And if you create that environment, then she'll be comfortable and relaxed. Even the way I change my communication. This is a more relaxed vibe talking to a woman versus having all this energy and all that. You see the difference? So that's something that's very important. And then now, if we shift it to just in general in communication with her, comfort is really, I think, the most important when you're approaching, and then the most important when you and her meet up together. You don't want too much comfort to be going on during texting, because that just puts you in the friend zone or you'll become boring. So you want to be comfortable when you're approaching, getting to know her, and then you want to be comfortable when you're around her. I think when it comes to texting, you more so want to get to the point eventually, like, let's meet up. Then that's when comfort comes in, and that's why I brought it up again, just to say, look, when you're with her relaxing, comfort's extremely important, right? So you want to be relaxed, you want to have a good vibe, you want to have a vibe where you want nothing from her, okay? And the only thing I'll tell you to do is just use the touch as a way to still let her feel the masculine energy. Because if you're too friendly and chilled, y'all may never get to a point of sexuality, if that's what you want to get to, an intimacy. So what you want to do is, those times where you can touch her and be like, hey, let me get, come here, we can relax. You're comfortable, come sit over here. And she should be comfortable with letting you touch her after she knows she's comfortable. So comfort's important because you want to create comfort once y'all are together. And then once you have a strong form of comfort together, then you can move towards the touch and move toward the intimacy side. But here's the key. If you skip comfort and try to go straight to intimacy, and this goes back to the mystery method, that a guy named Mystery made years ago. But this is what I would say was one of the most powerful things from that philosophy, is that if you try to get to sexuality before making sure she's comfortable, guess what? Rape charges, rape cases, harassment, sexual assault. These are all the things that happen when guys try to get straight to intimacy but don't value comfort. The woman must be comfortable at all times, okay? And if she decides to let you have sex with her or be intimate with her, the keynote or the touch is what you can gauge. Because if she doesn't want you to, she'll say, hey, please don't touch me. You know what I mean? And then you got to respect that. But if you're being, hey, giving her a hug, touching her, might touch her thigh, or you guys are comfortable watching a movie, if she doesn't say anything and she lets you do it, that means she's comfortable enough to let you do that. So you can go to the next step. So this is all about gauging, guys. You know what I mean? If you do want to get into intimacy. Otherwise, what I really would tell guys is just be cool, man. Just be comfortable. Because if you a cool dude and you a dope guy, if she's comfortable with you for a long enough period of time, she's gonna want to get to the sexuality. She's gonna let it be known some way, somehow. So you don't even gotta force nothing. And that's why I wanted to emphasize comfort as number 5. These are the 5 things that a woman needs. All right? These are the 5 things that a woman wants. And these are also the 5 things that a woman needs in order to have a strong form of attraction to you. Okay? So make sure you check. Make sure you got them 5 things, brothers. And I appreciate y'all listening, man. Check out the Patreon, 5D Transformations. I have something strictly for the guys on there. Okay? And for women. But it's about attraction. And a lot of it is I have a lot of guys that follow me more than women. That's why I say that. I have a lot more guys that follow me than women. That's why I had to say that. But keep in mind, go on there. You'll get a monthly access to the Patreon. Only $30 a month. It's nothing. I'm gonna have all my exclusive content on there. Some infield stuff in there as well. And it's something where I put content on there every day. Okay? And you'll be able to have access to the exclusive videos on how to really take your game to the next level. We talk about everything on there. So aside from that, thank you all for listening. All right? And I got more videos on the way, man. You stay blessed, stay powerful, man. We're going to keep winning. Peace.